Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into something fascinating.
We are. We're looking at the Thirumanthiram, specifically 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐻 113.
Right, the evolution of life and meditation. It's good. Well, it maps out consciousness in a pretty unique way.
It really does. It's like a blueprint. Our goal today is to trace the journey Thirumoolar describes.
Okay, so where we start, how we got, let's say, trapped.
Trapped in what he calls a time prison, yes.
Yeah.
And crucially, the way out.
The path to the perfect state through dhyana, meditation.
Exactly. A complete picture.
And the starting point itself is kind of jarring, isn't it? The idea that our current state is the prison.
Mm-hmm. It flips the script. We didn't evolve up to this complexity.
We evolved into limitation, descended from something, limitless.
Precisely. From limitless peace, boundless knowledge into boundaries. That's the core paradox we need to grapple with.
We tend to think sensory experience is the peak, but Thirumoolar sees it differently.
He sees it as a field of experience, yes, but a limiting one. A sort of confinement within specific boundaries.
Okay, let's break down that descent. Where did it begin, this origin state?
He describes it as pure knowledge or awareness, just existing.
Existing where?
In boundless space, just absolute limitless peace. Think of it like a vast, still ocean.
Total stillness, the ultimate source.
Right. But then comes the critical moment, the transition.
What happens?
That peaceful knowledge, it loses its tranquility. It stops just being.
And starts?
It transforms into the movement of knowledge. Action begins.
So the first step away from perfection wasn't a wrong action, just action itself. Movement.
That's the essence of it. Trading stillness for doing. The issue isn't the knowledge itself, but its velocity, its movement.
And that moving knowledge then gets trapped.
Yes, trapped within the borders, created by its own activity. It's not walls around us, it's more like...
being caught in a loop.
Exactly. A cage defined by endless motion, by the limits of movement, as he puts it. Prisoners of our own activity.
Wow. That sounds incredibly relevant to, modern life. Always moving, always processing, feeling trapped.
It resonates deeply, doesn't it?
But this moving knowledge, it needs a form, right? How does it go from being this conceptual prison to something physical?
Good question. The text says this moving knowledge, because of its nature now, seeks out boundaries.
Boundaries for what?
Boundaries that fit the consequences, the effects of its movement. If you're going to move, you need a defined space, right? A way to measure the results.
Okay, and those boundaries are?
The body, the 𝐷𝐻𝐻. The physical form is taken up specifically to house and define these limits of movement.
So the body isn't just us, it's the physical shape of our limitation.
Precisely, the embodiment of that restriction. And it's not just humans.
Right, he mentions the range.
From one-sense beings, the simplest forms, all the way up to six-sense beings, like us.
So the physical form is the trap mechanism, holding the moving knowledge within defined sensory limits.
That's the framework. The body and its senses are the cage bars built by the movement itself.
Okay, so if movement and the body are the prison, how do we get free? Do we just stop moving?
Right.
Lie perfectly still?
Ha, if only it were that simple. No, Thirumoolar's solution is much more elegant. It's not about fighting the movement directly.
Then what is it?
It's about realizing something that's already there, a kind of counterforce, he calls it. Well, he says the nature of supreme peace is established like a guardian over our head.
A guardian. Wow. So the stillness, the original peace, it never actually left.
It's always present, just overshadowed. Our focus is entirely on the movement happening below it, so to speak.
So how do we access this guardian? Shift our focus upwards. Is it just about thinking peaceful thoughts?
It requires a specific method. That's where 𝐷𝐻𝐻 comes in. It's not just thinking. It's accessing this supreme peace through what he calls an orderly and steady expression of knowledge.
Orderly and steady. Sounds like discipline.
It is. Systematic, sustained, controlled awareness. It's active mental work, not just passive waiting.
Okay, let's get into the specifics.
Yeah.
The instruction is to still the consciousness, to sort of freeze awareness.
Yes. Solidify or freeze it within three specific aspects of this moving knowledge inside us.
Three aspects, which are?
The body, the mind, and the life force, or 𝐕𝐢𝐝 prana.
Why those three? Why not just the mind?
Because they're the main channels, the main ways this moving knowledge manifests. If you only still your body, your mind can still race, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And the life force, the energy, still pushes you outwards. So the Thirumoolar says you need comprehensive stillness, all three levels.
Okay, how does that work practically? Like stilling consciousness within the body. What does that even mean? If I try to be still, I often just get tense.
It's not about paralysis or tension. It's about turning the body from this thing of habit and reaction into pure stability. Deep relaxation, but also deep awareness within the body.
So stopping the automatic physical responses to thoughts.
Exactly. Removing unnecessary tension, habitual fidgeting, just pure aware presence in the physical form.
Okay, and the mind. Stilling the mind. Is that the empty your mind thing?
Not necessarily aiming for a total blank slate, which can be frustrating, as you said. It's more about regulating the flow of thought. So it's not chaotic jumping around. It becomes orderly, like a clear stream instead of a rough sea, slowing the velocity of thought, making it steady, manageable.
Right. Less frantic energy behind the thoughts.
Precisely. And the third one, the life force, 𝐕𝐢𝐝. That seems the trickiest. It's life itself. How do you still that?
This often connects to controlling the vital energies. Think breath work, pranayama.
Ah, okay. Regulating the breath.
Yes, the breath is the most tangible manifestation of that life force. By controlling its rhythm, its depth, you bring order to that underlying energy.
So when the body is deeply still and aware,
And the mind's flow is steady and calm.
and the breath, the life energy, is regulated.
Then the consciousness, the moving knowledge, has nowhere else to go. It can't keep moving outwards through those channels.
So it's forced back.
It returns or is frozen back into its original state. Stillness is rediscovered.
That's quite a mechanism. Stabilize all three layers, and the original boundless knowledge reveals itself, like stopping all the gears. And Thirumoolar says the result is immediate. The actual source of peace, that true tranquility, it just wells up inside you.
The guardian is activated.
Exactly. You directly experience it.
But what does that do in everyday life? I mean, we still have jobs, families, traffic. We can't just stay frozen.
Right. The goal isn't permanent trance, it's transformation within life. The benefit will ripple outwards.
Such as?
First, he says an incomparable bliss, not just on a cushion, but experienced during daily events. You carry the peace with you.
And alongside that?
A heightened awareness, a kind of constant, calm wakefulness. You see things more clearly.
So it's not about avoiding difficulty, but having an inner peace that changes your relationship to the difficulty.
Perfectly put. It recalibrates everything. And this awareness naturally fosters patience, compassion.
Makes sense. If you're not constantly agitated, you have more space for others.
And maybe most profoundly, it works on our baggage. Karma.
How so?
By finding that internal stillness, you stop generating the causes of future effects. You stop feeding the cycle.
So it allows old patterns, old karmic burdens, to just dissolve.
Yes. They aren't being constantly re-energized by restless movement. It's like a spiritual solvent, as you said earlier.
Leading to genuine freedom from that prison of movement.
Because you're no longer compelled by its momentum. And the ultimate result,
The perfect state.
attaining the nature of imperishable peace. Reclaiming that limitless stillness we started with.
It's a full circle. And you mentioned he gave specific techniques.
Yes, the source notes Thirumoolar provided detailed meditation methods, dynam techniques, to help guide this process of stilling body, mind, and life force. He wasn't just philosophical about it.
It really is like an engineering manual for consciousness, isn't it?
It truly is. Knowledge starts whole, fragments into movement, takes form, gets trapped, and then here's the precise three-part method to reverse it all.
So, thinking about our lives today, all the notifications, the rush, the feeling of being overwhelmed, what's the core message here?
I think it's that this feeling of being overwhelmed is the experience of the prison of movement. We try to fix it by managing the external chaos, better schedules, more apps, whatever.
Trying to organize the movement.
Exactly. But Thirumoolar says the real solution isn't tweaking the external movement, it's stabilizing the internal knowledge that got caught up in it.
So the most powerful response to feeling overwhelmed is intentional stillness.
Deliberate, systematic cultivation of stillness through that threefold path. That's where the freedom lies.
We've traced this amazing journey. Boundless peace, limitation through the senses, and the path back through stilling body, mind, and life force.
Powerful framework.
Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe for you, the listener, to ponder.
If knowledge moved into activity to experience the sensory world, and Dhyana helps us stop that movement initially.
What does it take to keep it stopped? What fundamental discipline or commitment does that supreme peace, that guardian, require from us?
How do we ensure that stillness isn't just a temporary state during meditation, but becomes the stable foundation from which all our actions arise so the guardian is realized truly moment to moment?
Something to think about.
Yeah.
That constant, unwavering stillness as the real source of effective action in the world.